Okay, this is a fight that lots of people have asked me to do for quite some time. This, of course, is Dr. Doom versus Lex Luthor. I probably don't have to do a lot of background on either one of these two characters. However, people normally do this like to either do it from more of a political standpoint, like when Lex Luthor was president of the United States, he decided that he was going to go to war with Latveria, and then give a month prep. I hate the idea of giving these guys prep. I really do. Because you have two guys who are literally walking deus ex machinas when it comes to prep. And I'll be honest, if you're going to give prep either of these two people, with what Doom has access to, Doom has replicated the warship of Galactus. He also has the ability to time travel. So if you give somebody a month prep, like, we're going to fight in a month, okay, I'll just hop into my time chamber and I'll allow myself virtually unlimited time. So let me know when you're ready, and I'll show up, you know, with a Cosmic Cube and Infinity Gauntlet. I see you've got some power batteries on your universe. I'll grab some of those, too. Oh, and by the way, here's my living Galactus engine, which will be able to destroy anything you've got at your availability. Versus Luthor will probably go, well, I know you're showing up, but guess what? I was able to convince enough of the superheroes that you're this massively horrible individual, so now I need to fight the combined forces of pretty much all of the DC Universe Earth-based heroes and supervillains. You know, and then you're making a battle that's virtually impossible. You know, so it's, you know, both sides can escalate to a near, well, I want to say to a near point of parity. So instead, it's these two guys one-on-one with what normally being their best standard suits. As always, I have 9 different criteria: intelligence, find ability, strength, speed, durability, things like endurance, invulnerability, resistance to damage, energy projection, versatility, X factor. So we'll get into this. Intelligence. Both these two guys are political powerhouses. They know a lot about what it takes to do economics. They both have a tremendously huge understanding of technology and science. All of it. I say all of it, but Lex Luthor has worked on apocalyptic technology, and on the flip side, Doom has worked on celestial technology. I would put celestial technology probably a step above apocalyptic technology, but I'd still say they're pretty equal like that. However, Doom has a tremendous amount of knowledge in one other thing: magic. Lex Luthor cares nothing at all for magic. I've often thought if you were to switch those two guys, switch universes, Lex Luthor would make a fantastic villain in the Marvel Universe. And I think Dr. Doom could straight up own Superman repeatedly. Comes to intelligence, I give the edge to Doom. Find ability. Lex Luthor has done a lot in the way of hand-to-hand combat, so has Dr. Doom. But Dr. Doom actually has defeated wild animals. He actually defeated a lion barehanded, without really requiring stitches afterwards. So one-on-one, and it's a straight physical confrontation, I'm going to give that edge to Dr. Doom. Now, strength. Both these guys are going to be in suits. However, the suits that Doom makes pretty much put him on league with like an Iron Man or with like a Spider-Man. Lex Luthor, his suits normally are on par with facing something like Superman. Speed. Same thing. Lex Luthor's his suits fight Superman. Durability. It's Superman. If Dr. Doom was a constant villain against Thor, I could see him having a more powerful suit, but he's not taking on people who are in Thor's class. Where Lex Luthor is constantly fighting people who are in their Superman's class. Now, in vulnerability, again, you got a guy who builds suits to fight some of the most powerful heroes of all time. Where Doom just does not fight those guys. Energy projection. Ironically from this, this one is all Doom. Doom likes to use everything he's got, whether it's magic, whether it's his technological advantages, he uses everything. At distance, just raw power, it's Doom. Versatility. Again, we're looking at Doom. Whether it's personal teleportation devices, whether it's the fact that at any point in time he can summon a small army of essentially undead demons. He's got a tremendous amount of power and versatility at his disposal. Beyond anything he has into his suits, he's got anything he can think of when it comes to his world of magic experience. Most people put him relatively close, like Doctor Strange. That's how powerful he is when it comes to magic. Knocks down that last thing, that all-important X factor. This is the one that can kind of go either way. I could see this one going to Doctor Doom, bases the magic. You know, Lex Luthor really has nothing to help him battle demonic forces. If that's one weakness Lex Luthor has, is that he doesn't do anything when it comes to the realm of magic. Where Doom's super accustomed to it. On the flip side, to give the edge to Luthor, Doom is a Kirby character, and has absolutely horrible interpersonal skills. If this fight were to have anything else than beyond my ideas, these fights tend to happen more kind of like a random middle of nowhere sort of thing. If these guys actually had some time to work other things out, Doom tends to win, gets bored, and loses. That's how come he's had the powers of the Silver Surfer. He's had the powers of the Beyonder. He has done things that have put himself up at like the super top tier. And then he's lost it. There's a really great what if where Dr. Doom uses the Infinity Gauntlet, pretty much cures all diseases, then decides to go back in time to live the life of a farmer. That's somebody who's achieved his goals, hit a level of godhood, and I was like, well, I proved that I'm the best person around, might as well go back to being a farmer. Contrast that with, there was a storyline shortly before Action Comics 900, where Lex Luthor was given the ability to pretty much produce undeniable bliss. He just couldn't do anything to harm Superman. The moment he had in his mind that he wanted to do damage to somebody, he lost all of that power. So when they both had ultimate power, Luthor threw it all away. Because at the end of the day, they're both very arrogant people. Doom doesn't think that the problem with him losing is Doom. And Lex Luthor wants to defeat Superman to prove that he is the better man. But it comes right down to it, when they both were given levels of godhood power, they both lost it. But there have been a few stories where Doom has had that power, and he's actually wielded it correctly. And then he found himself unworthy of it, fixed everything, and then went back in time. Which you don't see Luthor doing. Luthor wants to make himself the seer over all things, because no one is more perfect than Lex Luthor. Doom realizes he has that flaw. So I'd almost actually give the edge in that, probably give the X Factor edge almost to Doom. Because these two guys are in a knockdown, drag-out fight, and Doom begins to realize, you know, Lex Luthor, he is most definitely a greater evil. But Doom won't quit. Doom will win. Because that's what Doom does. So if these two guys were to fight, it is a knockdown, drag-out fight. And these two guys are going to lay everything out. Both of these guys will pretty much fight to the death. I think what comes down to it, that slight edge when it comes to the ability to wield magic, is definitely going to put a lot of things into Doom's favor.